Hello everybody, how are you? I'm Fotini. I'm talking to you from Athens, Greece. I am a self-knowledge consultant, esoteric astrologer, an artist. I'm carrying the energies of the High Priestess, and I am an activator of higher consciousness. And on this channel, you will find many new information about your evolution in the path of love, activating your new architecture, your new template in your body to embody more love, more abundance, more joy through the 7 rays, esoteric astrology, codes of expansion of consciousness, and whatever I'm guided to bring forth through my higher aspect or other ascended masters. We are 1 day after the equinox, and I am in front of the beach in the southern suburbs of Athens, near my home, where I am coming to meditate and do my videos. And in this video, I wanted to be more specific about my program, The Way of the Rose. What exactly am I doing with the feminines who are coming to the program, The Way of the Rose. In another video about me talking about Mary Magdalene, who introduced me and guided me to start the program 7 years ago, where I share my story with her and other stuff of my path. But in this video, I want to be more specific about the program and what it is that I'm doing and working in this program. First of all, this program has a specific duration. At the beginning, it was 12 months. Then Mary suggested that it will become shorter one, 6 months. But at the end, it transformed to a way of the rose and an ongoing evolution of the one deciding to walk the path of the rose, the path of love. So I worked with feminines who started and did 1 year, 1.5 years, then went back and came afterwards again. I have feminines who are working with me over 2 years, and gradually they are changing their life. So it is an individual process. The core material of the program are, first, the codes. You can find all the codes with the title of each code in the community board in a post where I explain everything about the codes. The codes are pre-recorded meditation or small seminars that help you to expand your consciousness and imprint into your conscious mind and into your subconscious mind, because codes are working with either or and with both, so that you will prepare your physical vessel to accept the activation, and then the more in-depth sacred knowledge of the Grail and of the Way of the Rose. Codes have also certain techniques that you can use in your day-to-day life. A side note here, the Way of the Rose is a very, very practical program. Although it entails very deep sacred knowledge, has a practical way of applying it, because the 7th ray in which we are now, the Aquarian age, it's about embodying love. It's not about talking about love, and that's why it's so personal, because it depends on your ray blueprint, and each and every one of us has a different ray blueprint. The second part of the program is the activation. The activation are certain, again, techniques that has to do with the etheric body and the etheric centers, the sacral, the higher heart, the third eye, the Venus star activation, and combining the physical vessel with the etheric centers that usually for all of us are blocked through the various traumas and incarnation. And that way the flow of energy from the soul and the monad can literally enter the physical body. Side note again, the physical body is what we call shadow aspect, and the light aspect, the solar aspect, is the soul. From the perception of esoteric astrology, your physical vessel is your moon sign. Maybe you have a moon in Scorpio like me, maybe you have a moon in Aries, maybe you have a moon in Cancer. This is the moon vehicle. The Tibetan master Tzvalkul, the master of the second ray, love wisdom, says in esoteric astrology and esoteric psychology that the moon vessel has to transform to the solar vessel, because the moon vessel is what we brought as humanity from Atlantis, after the fall of Atlantis, and it is controlled by the artificial moon, and the flow of energy is manipulated. A side note, that's why we are doing the etheric activation. The third part of the Way of the Rose is knowing your own ray blueprint. We have 7 rays that governs the 7th plane of existence that have to do with your 7th chakra and your physical vessel. Of course, we have many more rays till the 15th ray, but these are not embodied. You can connect with them, but you cannot embody them. You can use them as like a painter uses these rays, but you cannot embody them because they cannot be embodied. You will be disintegrated, okay? The other part of, so I give you your soul blueprint according with your own rays, what ray you have in your physical body, your mental body, your astral body, your personality, soul, and monad. And this is, again, the third important part of the Way of the Rose, because in the Aquarian age in which we are now, we are talking about being within your soul tribe, the soul cluster and the soul monadic groups. In that way, you know your purpose, you know where your people are, because usually 85% of humans were born and are raised in karmic families and in karmic countries. And the reason for that was the evolution of consciousness. But this has ended with the transition of Neptune and Saturn from Pisces to Aries, which, by the way, today we have the amazing conjunction of Neptune and Sun in Aries in 0 degree. So, knowing your race, your individual race, you can search and you can call your soul tribe, and you can connect with your people, your own people. Then we work in the program with applying all that with certain sacred maps and techniques so that you can embody your creator ability and create your life. I don't use the word manifest, and I will explain why. Manifest and manifestation is a word that has to do with the mind. Creatorship has to do with the soul, with the true self. The mind is controlled. The mind has come as a set program, like in the computer, imagine, after the fall of Atlantis, and it is control. Only the soul is free. And there is a certain ceremony that was gifted from Divine Mother Isis, in which we help the conscious mind understand how to set a new mental function so that it can be free. So manifestation is guided, is limited. Together with the ceremony of Isis, we use the Venus activation. In that way, you can create instantly. These are all very sacred tools that are only given to the pure ones, because since we are living South Node in Virgo within these next 6 months, we are leaving behind the embodied wisdom, and Virgo is about purity. You have to have a pure mind. You cannot have one or the other. You have one. And manifestation, as I said before, is not a correct word. With Uranus moving into Gemini next month, you will understand that how you are talking affects what you are creating. So you cannot use the old language. Nothing of the old can be sustained anymore unless, and of course this is your choice, you want to stay in the old and you sustain the old. And by sustaining the old, I mean old structure, old relationships, old templates, old anything for that matter. All of that, it's part of the Way of the Rose, plus 2 one-to-one sessions with each person, with me, every month. We meet twice. The person has already received the codes, and then we do the activation, we talk about the race, we explain how the creatorship works. All this is a very deep, energetic work. It needs devotion, it asks for commitment, and It is a soul calling. Your soul is calling you to enter the new era. So it's you deciding to step into the new. And the available tools and information are here. I am a wave shower. I am a first ray blue rose emanation. And I'm working with myself so that I can bring all that for 25 years, but mostly many incarnations before this one. To be here now and to guide the ones who have decided to truly evolve and enter into the Aquarian age, both fulfilling their own personal purpose and adding to their community, because these both are working simultaneously. The thing with the modern society now in the world is that you cannot anymore sustain your own little life. By embodying your soul ray, you are helping you and you are helping your environment. You are an artist. I'm an artist too. And I had a complete work of art of how I created my life. I painted my life and this life came into existence. I was for 21 years an attorney at law and left and brought this knowledge. It took me 9 years since I left the old career. And I am a project in expansion, let's say, still evolving each day. This is a calling of your soul. This is not a calling of your personality. I am going to teach you how to be a creator. I'm not going to offer you comfort or hope or things of the old Piscean era of how to save yourself or to save your family or your beloved or things like that. No. This is your soul wanting to embody your true self. It is your soul asking to become who you truly are, not the shadow aspect. That doesn't mean that the shadow aspect is the evil. I explained what shadow is. Shadow is the old program. So when you upgrade your computer, for example, it's the same. When you upgrade your body and your thoughts and your physical vessel, it doesn't mean that the old program wasn't useful, but it's not an updated version of you. And we have entered and we are walking into a new era. And as long as you are aligned with the new waves of evolution, the easier it will be for you, for your vessel, but also, and the most important things that many don't talk about is you being happy, truly happy, within your own aura and within your own body, without struggling, without pretending, without performing, but accepting yourself. And this is also part of the new template of relationship, which is, by the way, it's code 13, that has to do with having true soul-based relationships. This is also a part that we are doing in the program, but after we have done the main core teachings. I hope that I gave you a more concrete description of what I do, what I offer. I offer a 15 minutes free talking with me. I will leave my email in the description box. If you want to know more about me, or just a talk, because I can read your aura, and so I can receive what you truly need and connect with your higher self. I will leave my also in the community board my CV, curriculum vitae, so that you can see what I have done. There you can also find my book, A Course in Healing, which is the psychological work that we are doing with the inner child, given by the Archangel Raphael. Also, you can find the Oracle, the Rose Oracle book, which is about the sacred union, the new template of relationship, and you can work with that. It's the 44 cards. 44 is the code of Shambhala and the code of peace. This is the new era of peace, the Aquarian age. And yeah, I believe I said a lot about and more concrete of what I'm doing. And again, you can ask in a free call if you feel that this is your calling, to know more. Thank you very, very much. Happy equinox, happy new astrological year, and we are here to share more. Thank you very much. Have a great weekend. Bye.